Good morning, everyone. I'm right here live on my stream. So today I'm going to continue on with my check on today's banner. What I've checked today is that there is a screw up. What happened was that I noticed that my mic is too soft, and therefore I'm going to put it nearer to me. Well, I do not know about my mic issue until I looked through my video and I realized that my video's voice is a bit too soft and nobody's hearing it out in this feed. So I'm trying to improve from here. So if not, those of you are not watching, it's okay. For you who are watching in, I really give thanks to all of you who are watching in right now on my live feed. So what I just realized that in the YouTube banner, it's a bit of a screw up right now. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a tutorial for today. There is a dimension in order to make all of your channel looks in sync. Now, what's the problem that I see right now in my feed is that look at the Canva device right now. So what you see here is that the banner is supposed to be for a TV screen. So if you look at this TV screen, definitely this looks awesome. It looks awesome on the TV. However, there's a problem. You're trying to target the TV audience, but you're not trying to target the smaller platform audience, which is the which is the mobile phone and the desktop audience. So let's check the resize. So the resize, or let's look at the size right now. The size is actually correct, which is 2560 pixels by 1440 pixels. So if you look at all this kind of feed, so what we need to do now is to adjust the ruler so that you could actually find out that what is supposed to look like in TV and what is supposed to look like on the desktop and what is supposed to look like in all devices. Right, so I've already jotted down in this notebook. For those of you who can't see my notebook, this is what I have in my notebook right now. Yep. So looking at the notebook, I'm trying to do a little bit of reflection on how to fix this up. And let's go back to our screen. Right, now let's move on to the desktop. Heading over to how do we make this a ruler? Simple. File. All you have to do is go into the file, or maybe go into editing. Sorry. Let's see. Let's make a move on open menu. No, nope, nope, nope. Right. File. It should be in file, setting, show ruler and guide. I repeat one more time. File, setting, show ruler and guide. So by showing the ruler, at least now you know what to do. Okay, and the next step is to adjust your ruler. Let's pull this down to, let's say, since this is 338, let's bring up the calculator and calculate everything all together. So the height of this is about 1440. So for those of you who said maths is not important, maths is really important, especially when it comes to YouTube banner as well. Okay, so now let's look at this. The current height is at 1440 pixels, and we need to bog that down to 338. So 1440 or 1440 minus, we subtract 338. That leaves with 100, well, 1102. Let's see, 1102. So that's about 1102 here. So it's about 1102 pixels. So 1102 pixels, you need to divide that too. So 1102 pixels, you divide that by 2. That leaves you with 500. Okay, so 551. So what we need to do now is to adjust this to 551 right here. Now it's not 552, it should be 551. So I'm just trying to adjust this to 551. Yep. Okay, so if it's 552, I think that's the best we could do. So we adjust that, and then we move that down 552. So if it's 552, we will adjust a little bit more. Yeah, we shrink this. 552, 551, 551. Where are you? 551. Yeah, 571, 552. Yep. And then we move on to the ruler at the bottom. Same goes for the bottom as well. 1440 minus 551. So 1440 minus 551. That should be about 919. So it's at 919. We go down all the way to 919. 36, 932, 33, 17, 20. Yeah, that's about it. So we look at the, as you look here in the ruler here shows you that this is where you're supposed to be right now. Now we move on to the next step. The next step would be to adjust the ruler for the all devices and desktop as well. Now we move on to this one here. Let's adjust this better. Now let's see, 220. So 2560 minus, let's see, 2560, let's see, 338 on height. Now the problem is that the desktop, they didn't really mention much. Okay, I'll need to look back at how much of the adjustment needed for the desktop. Right, so from the looks of it, we already done for the desktop. So what you can see here is the ruler here, is this is the desktop adjustment. Now we need to adjust the all devices, which is 1, 2, 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 5, we subtract that from 2560. So that leaves you 5, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1,325 off. So 1,325 of width. So if that 1,325 of width, we need to adjust that. And from that adjustment, 1,325 divided by 2, that will be 660. Yep, 662.5. So we just put an approximate to 662 in the banner so that at least we could see this how it works. So 662 in the banner, 662, 662, 662. We move on. Yeah, that's right. 662. And then from the 662, we subtract that from 1440. Sorry, from 2560 minus 662. That leads you to 889. Let's see, 24, 4. That will be 4. 24 minus 6. That will be 18. 1898. So it should be, the ruler should be adjusted to 1898. Yeah, that's right. Now, this is where you're supposed to adjust. Now, this is where you're supposed to adjust your place. Now, what I'm going to do is that since we know that this is a TV, we're going to do a little bit of adjustment here. So I still love my name here. So I'll put Aaron, your Eden companion. And perhaps your Eden companion should be adjusted right a little bit above here. And maybe make it larger. Yep, so that people could see that. And it's still a little bit off. Yeah. All right. Now let's move this to the front, layer this up, send it to the back, and the Eden companion, move it to the front. Yep, there you go. Put this into front. Yeah, right. Now we put this in the front, we put the design on. And then now we can see an empty banner right here. So I'll probably put the little kitty right down at the bottom. Put my face a little bit on the side. Yeah, he looks a bit creepy right now. Maybe my face shall pop up a little bit. And then from that pop up, I'll just say hi. So probably put this area on the desktop and say hi. Yes, most of it's got to be impromptu here, and gotta promote myself. Yeah, that looked good. Unfortunately, some parts are good, some parts are bad. Some is good here. Yeah. So what's the problem now? Let me tell you what. The problem is that it looks a little bit creepy. So I'll just adjust this right here. Yeah. And then probably I'll put this in the center. So let's see. Remember the last lesson that we've learned? Why did I duplicate this? Is because I wish to adjust this. Because I want to make a nice layer from 2 layers to 3 layers. In fact, if you make more layers and make it good, you're going to get a lot of traction here. So you're going to show that your designs are getting better and better each and every day. Now, that's the secret for most of the designers, how they really do graphic designs. I don't have any graphic designers. I'm doing this all by self-learning. Yeah. Now, let's have a look. Now let's move on to this area. Yeah. If any one of you are in the chat, you can let me know. How often do you self-learn all of your subjects, or how often do you self-learn most of the things? I believe that self-learning really helps you a lot in your daily life. So I've actually looked at it in a way that by self-learning, you be the master of your own self and probably get better in your life. If there's no one to help you, probably at least there's something you can survive on. Right, now let's move on to the placement here. Let's see, I'll go to the placement. Let's see, placement. Where is the placement? All right, so if any one of you remembered, it's supposed to be position, right? Position, layer, and from that layer, I'll just drag this up and see which is better. I think it's about the same. Okay, so I'll drag it up already. Now click, control click, clickety click, and then we group them together, and then we move them into this piece, that one little piece. Always be there for you. I think this is good. Now the only thing is that I need to adjust it as Z. Yeah, I need to adjust this a little bit here. Always be there for you. And then now I see that there's a problem here. Let's ungroup it. Probably, yeah, it's still in the center. There's something wrong with this banner. So now let's move it. Yep. Aha. Let's see. So it looks like that the banner is not aligned that well. So we'll probably adjust this all the way to the end. So we'll make it perfect. Now, moving on to this area. I'll always be there for you. Alright, so here is a little bit of a, it's not so great, so I'll probably change it up a little bit. So check the position, we ungroup this area, and then ask Canva. Well, Canva has a lot of good device, it doesn't work that way. I'll probably change the text color based on the photo color. Always be there for you, always be there for you, always be there for you. It doesn't look great. Now let's adjust to the orangey cat look. White, yep, this kind of white, the light red, a little bit of a light red or gray azure. Light red, always be there for you. Yeah. Okay, so how to troubleshoot this? Easy. You don't have to do anything. Simple. If you feel that this is not that great and the picture behind is blocking the words and no one's really reading or you're unable to read this, let's do a little bit of an adjustment right now. Sorry about that, I'm not feeling too well, but at least I'm doing my self-care routine. Right, now let's go into the text or elements. From that element, I would adjust that. Yeah, put a square in. Put the square in. Yep, that's right. Now from the square, we move on to adjust this. Put this in a, I'll put this regular square. That'll be good. Now let's change the color. Color should be near to black, charcoal black or gray brown, whatever it is. Well, if you're colorblind, I think you could understand that situation. All right, now we move that. Perfect. That looks good. Now we remove the square all the way. We drag it all the way. Let's cancel this element here. Cancel this element here and close this element. We close this element. Yeah. Now we close the element, and then we'll just put this right here. Always be there for you. And perhaps I'll change this a little bit. I'll ungroup this, copy, and paste. Always be there for you. Always care That's nice. So I think if there's a, since we have that nicely effected, I don't think we really need any more effect. It's very redundant. Now let's change the effect. We delete it. We change the effect here, and we don't really need this effect anymore. We don't need to lift it up. Yep, so none, no effect. We just change this to 0 effect, so that it looks a little cleaner. Now look at my face. My face is not that in that is being blocked by the square, so you just have to do is move it to the front. Yeah, set it to the front, set it to the front, layer it, bring it to the front. Yeah, that's right. Always be there for you, always care for you. All right, now let's change that. We adjust that onto here to maybe about 990 pixels. Always be there for you, always care for you. Or maybe if it can, we just adjust this whole thing to a black banner. I'm not sure whether we should change this into a black banner or something. Right, that's a tricky part. If I were to change this into a black banner, pure black banner, I always have to bear in mind that there is a profile picture at the back here. So always be there for you, always care for you. So always remember, if it's in all devices, be mindful that your profile picture is somewhere around this line. I'll show you it's somewhere around this line. I'll change this element here. I'll put it around this gray box. So your profile picture could be somewhere around here or here. So I'm just going to keep it clean for now. All right, delete. So I'm just deleting this because I don't really need this placeholder. Yeah, it looks getting better now. All right, Aaron, your Eden companion should be like this. Starting shape up. Good. Always be there, always be care. Now, my question is, should I just leave it a minimalistic side of things, or should I just make it more fancy? Let's see. Should I make it more fancy? You should just leave it like this. Yeah, it looks a little bit of a... So I was told that you have to just keep things minimal and things will be great. Or I could put your Eden companion here and see. Let's experiment that. Your Eden companion. Here. No. Let's cancel that. Now, I find that this is quite interesting, quite plain. So I'll just move it a little bit down here. This is the center, this is a little bit the center. Always be there for you, always care for you, and adjust this, adjust the. And there you go. It's about a little bit on the bottom here and a little bit on the center. Right. So those of you who are tuning in as a non-live video, this is a pre-record. Thank you so much for watching in. So if you have any updates or what should I do with this banner? So this banner is starting to take shape. So if we remove the rulers, let's say file, settings, we remove the rulers, it should look something like this. Now we let the rulers reappear again. It should look something like this again. All right, for those of you who are watching live, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. We'll do it in part 3 and we'll see if this banner will get better. So we'll update this banner soon. I'll see you then. Bye. Bye, everybody. Right, yeah, bye.
streaming